Hi guys, it's your girl Tracy again, and I'm here with part 2 of how to make your marriage work. Okay, to start, the three most important major theme of marriage is communication, knowledge of role play in marriage, and commitment. Okay? So let's start with communication. Without communication, there's actually no marriage. There's no marriage without communication, because guess what? No individual is a mind reader. We can't read minds. So you have to talk. So we have to communicate verbal and non-verbal, and we have to make it very clear where each other can understand without developing an argument. Because the most effectiveness of communication is be intentional about spending your time together. Use more I statements and less you statements. Be specific. Avoid mind reading. Listen without being defensive. Freely express positive feelings. So communication is very important. Being able to communicate effectively is perhaps the most important of all life skills. It's what enables us to pass information to other people and to understand what is said to us. Communication at its simplest is the act of transfer information from one to another. So if you can't communicate in your marriage, you don't actually have a marriage. Because without communication, there is no marriage, right? So we have to learn how to communicate with each other without offending each other and without offending each other's feelings. So whenever you're communicating, you have to learn to communicate where it's very clear to each other about whatever issue you're going through, whatever you're feeling, whatever is bothering you, whatever is bugging you. You have to talk. Because being quiet in the relationship, that's an issue. Because if I have a problem or that my spouse have a problem and we can't talk, then we're going to basically go out and find people that we can talk to, right? And then that's the part that's no good, because a lot of times you go out and you try to communicate with people and you don't know what people are thinking, and then they pass information to one person to the other person, and that's a whole bizarre chaos start there, because then people get involved in your relationship. That yes guys, my video started over and I have to continue. Okay, as I was saying guys, whenever people get involved in your relationship, then it's going to come back to your partner, and then when your partner hear what's been said outside, is like, then that's going to create a whole animosity to itself. So whenever you want to communicate, learn to communicate between each other. Do not get anybody involved in your relationship or in your marriage, because everybody have their own personal issues that they have to work on. So telling someone else your problem is not the solution, right? So communication in a relationship, it's at its core where it's about communicating using verbal and written physical skills, right, to fulfill partners' needs. It's about making small talks. It's about understanding your partner's point of view, offering your support, and letting your partner know that you're their number one fan. So without communication, there's no act of transfer information from one another, because you don't know what's going on with your partner. So that's a good thing. I'm telling you people that you have to communicate in order to have the most wonderful marriage ever. Okay, guys? So my next point is forgiveness. Guys, if you can't forgive, that's an issue. You have to let it go. And honestly, guys, I'm one of those victims where I'm not easily forgive. I don't easily forgive, but as times goes by and you really understand and you know what you want and you know what helps a marriage to be strong and firm, you have to learn to forgive. So if there is any point in time in your marriage that something happened, you have to learn to apologize, accept apologies, and let it go. You have to let it go, because that's going to be tarnishing your marriage. You have to let it go. You have to forgive. You have to learn to forgive. If you don't forgive, then what's going to happen? You can't keep it up. You have to learn to forgive. So if you can't forgive, trust me, forgiveness is a strength, because it shows that you are capable of goodwill towards your partner. You have to learn to forgive someone in a way that you have to let it go. You have to yield and move on with your life. It's either you yield and move on with your life, or there's no sense. There's no sense in staying with each other, because you just have to learn to forgive. It is very important to forgive your partner. It's very important. Forgiveness in marriage's life allows you to step out of the role of a victim and shows that you are capable of acknowledging your hurt and move on from it. Forgiveness in marriage is a skill that helps couple Yes, guys, how to forgive your partner. Have an open discussion about what happened. Think critically about taking space. Set new parameters. Know what true forgiveness feels like. An open, authentic apology. Identify your apology languages. Be patient and present. Access what you really want out of your relationship. So guys, again, I'm telling you, you have to forgive. That's a must. You have to forgive and let go and move on. If you can't do that, that's going to hamper your marriage or your relationship, and that's going to lead to being separated, which for me, separation is a no-no. I hate separations. I hate divorces. I hate all of that. So guys, I'm just giving you this because I want you all to work on your relationships or work on your marriage. Okay, guys? My next topic is building trust. That's another thing. You have to trust your partner. You have to learn to trust. You have to learn to trust in your relationship or your marriage. Without trust, it's like, what are you doing? Like everybody doing their own thing. You have to learn to trust. Trust in your marriage, it's a big issue. Big, 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 big issue. Trust is a indispensable ingredient in building and maintaining a healthy marriage. Trusting one another is one of the most important elements of your relationship and a crucial element of any lifetime commitment. Without trust, the quality of trust will deteriorate your marriage. It will deteriorate your marriage. Can marriage work without trust? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Because trusting your spouse to always share their physical self with you is an outmarked marital, just physical relationship. It also needs trustworthy and honesty about with whom you're sharing your emotions and dreams with and goals. So people need to have trust, and nowadays we have a lot of trust issues, and that's based off people trust being broken, and it's hard to build trust when it's already broken. In order for you to building trust within a relationship, taking accountability for your mistake, asking how you can make it better, making a commitment that will not make that particular mistake again, or at least making a plan to limit the particular mistakes. Always tell the truth. Doesn't matter what the circumstances are, you need to tell the truth. Because you can work with the truth, but you can't work with lies. So always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. Because in order to build trust, you have to be consistent, you have to be compassionate, communication, and competence. Each of these four are necessary in building trust in your relationships. It's sufficient for isolation, right? So guys, these pointers I'm giving you guys, I want you to work on your marriage, work on your relationship. The next pointer I want to bring to you is plan some personal time. Put away the phones, put away the gadgets, right? Take trips, take vacation away, right? Have some alone time, plan time together where you can enjoy each other's company without the whole social media. Enjoy each other's company. Spend each time with each other. Spend time with each other. That is how you guys get to grow. That is how you guys get to develop stronger feelings or stronger emotional. That's time now you becomes like one where, okay, if my partner is feeling stressed or depressed or having some personal issues, that way now you guys start feeling each other's effect, because now you're building that bond where you're spending quality time together, so you guys are start feeling each other's effect. So whatever each other going through, you're getting it too, because you're feeling whatever they're going through, right? Commitment. Oh God, this should be a topic by itself. Commitment. Guys, being committed to each other is, oh my God, you can have the most commendable marriage, the most wonderful marriage. You understand what I mean? So guys, commitment means to be willing to do whatever it takes to make your marriage work. And that means that you're going to have to be, you're going to be many times when you're just not going to get away, right? And commitment, personal commitment, is one that really matters. The emotional aspects of personal commitment enhances your marriage because it directs how we feel about our partner, and how we feel about them regulates how we treat them. Committed partners tend to think of each other in a positive light, right? And in love of marriage, of commitment, marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that to offer two people can find to bring out of each other. It offers opportunities for sharing growth no other human relationship can equal. A physical and emotional joining that promotes for a lifetime. Guys, commitment, it's not hard. You have to find ways and means that you can communicate with each other. Sorry, you can be committed to each other, committed to your vows. It's the commitment ceremony is a similar when you're taking your wedding vows. Guys, it's a commitment that you should take very seriously. Committed to your partner. Do not cheat. Do not step out of your marriage. Find ways and means where you guys don't lose feelings or intimacy between each other. You have to find a way that you don't have to seek, like looking outside. I know a lot of times they say woman always tends not to want to dress sexy and do things that partner has to cheat. No, you don't have to cheat. It's a mind thing. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to. People just think that they have to. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to cheat. There's ways that means that you keep your thing spicy. Keep your thing, up to the upper notch. Go out, have fun, date. Think about going out, have your regular dates like we just met. So we're having date nights like it's a normal, like we're just meeting each other. We just met a day ago. You know that excitement, that little bubbles, that little butterfly when you just met somebody. You guys need to keep that going. So cheating does not come in play. You understand? Intimacy is a major role too, where if you don't have intimacy, you're not attracted to each other, that's a problem. But we can do things again, as I said, to spice it up. Husband come home, you have your nice little sexy lingerie, you have on your lingerie and your heels, yeah. You do things sexy and a have to go. Listen, a fear man or a fear woman. Only can do as you know, please, as you know, like. There's no boundary in your intimacy. So these are the things to create the whole cheating aspect too, because people know get too laid back, them get too complacent. Nobody now about to dress sexy. Nobody now about to do this. Men carry out on a wife, treat them, buy them the nicest little things ever. Wife do the same thing and keep the thing going. Great spiritual connection. Whenever you have a great spiritual connections with each other, you don't look for nobody else. You don't want to see nobody else because of the thing up a notch. So we have to learn how to keep a thing a breath where nobody not have to need for look for nobody, because guess what? Me have everything in my yard. Me not have to look nowhere else because everything I have it right there. So me don't need to pay attention to nobody out the road. Right? People need to make them spouse know that they're thankful and they appreciate them. Make people feel appreciated, like, yeah, there's nobody else but you to me. Make people feel appreciated, man. Right? And people have to learn for compromise. You have to learn how to compromise. Compromising. You have to compromise. People don't understand. Trust me, these things people make marriages seems to be a whole thing where it's hard and you can't. No, you have to learn to compromise. You have to learn to compromise. Marriage is all about compromising. Is that where you have your spouse make concessions when disagreeing for the sake of marriage? You have to learn to compromise. A compromise can happen if you and your partner don't share the same love language, but still want to make each other feel comfy and share the relationship. Make an effort to speak with each other's love languages more often, even if it doesn't come naturally, in order for each other to compromise. You don't have to compromise. Things where you do, all right, I have 4 things, and I want to say things to do when you and your spouse just don't agree. Option 1, have it all. 2, meet halfway. 3, give this one to him. 4, crave like always. So guys, it's okay to compromise in a relationship. Good compromises help you and your partner grow together as a team. They foster trust, accountability, consistency, and secure in your relationship. A mind of an healthy partner rather than your own, singularly happiness at heart. So you guys have to learn to compromising. Definition of compromising is when two sides give up some demands to meet somewhere in the middle. Example for compromising, like for example, a teenager wants to come home at midnight while their parents want them to come home at 10. They end up disagree upon 11. So guys, you have to learn to compromise. Compromising is one of the signs of a marriage I can see of losing respect for each other. Anything can make mistakes, rectify them, and move on. Sometimes things make one lose respect for each other. However, when it does happen, this might signal the breaking up of the marriage. Which for me, again, I tell you, learn to work on your marriages, guys. Do not, and I can tell you of experience, none of these things I never had when I get married. None of these things. My husband never liked to communicate. I have to fight for that. I never used to like to forgive, but I have to learn to forgive if you want your marriage to work. Trust issue. Me have a big thing with trust issue when me not in a nut with no trust issue because we have a problem with that. Right? We never try to make some plans to time. We never used to spend much time together. We never used to have, well, on the commitment part, I never tried to step out of my marriage. Intimacy, oh God. Ladies, stop holding back on the men. Stop holding back on your men, okay? Stop it. I am a big part of that as a victim. Stop holding back on your men. Stop. Because when you hold back, you're sending them outside. And men are most weak-headed one. They're not strong enough to hold it. We women, it's easier for us to hold it, but men can't. So ladies, stop hold back on the man them and send them astray, and then wanna blame the man them. So intimacy, great spiritual connection. Let your partner know that you appreciate them. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. But do not allow any form of disagreement to become verbally, mentally, or physically or psychologically abusive. Because trust me, whenever you disagree, it's a role where people always want to be right, and nobody want to take the blame that they're wrong, and nobody want to, right? It's okay to disagree, but it's how you handle the situation. Do not allow the situation to escalate where you guys get verbally, physically, psychologically abusive, because those things mentally damages your marriage physically. Physically, mentally, emotionally, it damages your marriage. You have to learn how to disagree and agree to agree. So, learning to do all these things and compromising all of these 11 pointers, they all go together. So guys, always remember this. Communication, the knowledge of the role you play in your marriage, and commitment. Guys, 3 major things. If you don't have these 3 in your marriage, forget about it. Okay? Forget about it, because you need these 3 to make your marriage work. And marriage might be a hard role to play, but it's not life-threatening. You can go through it. Once it's worth the fight, you can fight and make your marriage work. It's not a tough one. You can make it work. There's nothing impossible. And always try to put God at the forefront of your marriage so it works. It can work. Fighting is power. You can work it through. Once you decide to fight it, you and your partner can go through any storm. Okay, guys? So I don't need to hear I hate to hear divorces and breakups. I hate to see couples falling apart. Guys, I don't like see breaking up. I hate it, and I hate to see women and men being abused by partners. Guys, fight for your marriage. Do not start abusing each other. Fight on your thing. Communicate with each other. That's the major part of your relationship. Communication. So once you have communication, you got it all. Because that way you get to communicate. You tell your partner what's bothering them, what's happening, what they're going through, what it is like. Guys, learn to love each other. Learn to show each other that affection. Learn to be each other's keeper. Make your partner your #1 fan. Okay? So whenever your partner is out in the daytime, I'm not telling you to stalk them, but give them a random call, a random text. Babe, are you good? Are you okay? I don't mean to stalk them. You don't have to get up on your phone and call them and drive them crazy where you are, blah, blah, blah. Those type of things too is kind of annoying. Call them randomly. Babe, you okay? How's your day going? You're fine, blah, blah, blah. See you later. When your partner comes home later, always try to kiss your partner going to work and kiss your partner coming back through that door. Always greet them with a welcoming. Do not try to be a sulky person. Those things break things apart too. You have to keep your relationship abreast. You have to keep your relationship spicy. Do not have any kind of boundary that's going to end your relationship from working. Try to communicate through any situation. Talk about it. Work on it. Fight for it. Divorce is not an option for me. Not an option. So work on your marriage. Make it work, guys. I'm going to have part 3 actually coming up soon. We can chit chat more, guys. You guys have a blessed day and love your partners as how God love you. Okay, guys? Take care. Please subscribe. Please like, share. And I'll catch you again, guys, on part 3. Guys, have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.